Hello friends, welcome back. In this video we are going to discuss about first order and higher degree differential equation if it is solvable for y. So let us see the first equation solvable for y. So in that case our general form can be written as y is equal f of xp. That we will keep in mind that because we want to solve that is solvable for y, so we will write that y is equal f of xp. If it is solvable for x, so in that case we will write x in terms of y and p. Now what we have to do? We have to differentiating of equation number 1 with respect to x. So what I will get? Dy by dx is equal, that is a p that we know. And this is what exactly whenever you do the differentiation with respect to x, so you will get function in terms of x, p and dp by dx. So therefore, I have assumed that the phi of x, p and dp by dx is equal whatever it is. So this is equation number 2. And this equation number 2 will be in terms of p and x, that we will keep in mind. So in step number 3 we will keep in mind that its general solution of the equation number 2 be f of x, p and c is equal 0, because this differential equation in terms of p, and therefore what we can say that whenever we solve the p variable is there and first order is there, so arbitrary constant is there. So this is what equation number 3. Now what we have to do, this is our equation number 1 and equation number 3 is there. So solving first and third, we can have elimination of the variable p, and whatever the final answer will be, that will be the what exactly our general solution. That means elimination of the p from equation number 1 and 3 gives the general solution. So let us move on to the next. This is the important note. If the elimination of p is not possible, that means we are not able to eliminate the p from equation 1 and 3. So in that case, solve for x and y in terms of p. So that means we will have the two parametric equation. X is equal f1 of px and y is equal f2 of pc, where c is nothing but arbitrary constant. The two parametric equation x is equal f1 of p comma c and y is equal f2 of p comma c. That means y in terms of p and c and x in terms of p and c, and this is the parametric equation, and that parametric equation will be what? Final general solution of the respective equation. If any factor of the equation number 2 does not contain the terms, so let us see the equation number 2. So this is our equation number 2 that you can see, and if this equation number 2 does not contain the terms dp by dx, then the elimination of p from that factor and equation 1 gives the solution which does not contain the arbitrary constant, and such solution is known as singular solution. That means if dp by dx is not involved in that particular factor, then we are going to neglecting that factor. So it will be clear if I consider simple question. So let us see the simple question. So here solve y is equal to px minus xp square, where p is nothing but dy by dx. So here you can see that the y is equal to px minus xp square, and say this is equation number 1. I'm just applying that method solvable for y. Solvable for y. So that means I have to convert y in terms of x and p. So here you can see this is the function of x and p. Now what we are going to do, this is our first step, that you can see that the differentiating with respect to x. So dy by dx is equal, here we have to apply the product rule, and 2p is there, derivative of x, that will be the 1. So dp is there. Now we have to keep the 2x as a constant and derivative of p, that is the dp by dx, minus again just apply the product rule for the derivative with respect to x. So first I'm just keeping x as a constant, so derivative of p square will be what? That is the 2p into dp by dx minus, because minus is there, that's why we are taking the minus here, and p square will be the constant function and derivative of x is nothing but 1, so we get this one. But dy by dx is p, so whenever I write that the 2p is there, so just take take p on the right hand side, so it will be the p, and this is there. But from these two terms, what you can take common, 2x into dp by dx will be common, so we will have 1 minus p, and minus p square is there. Now whenever I write these two terms together, so what I can take p common, and we will have 1 minus p plus this factor is there. Now this is equal to 0, so from these two we can observe that 1 minus p is nothing but common. So what we will have, p plus 2 into x dp by dx is equal 0. So from this what we can observe that here first, and this is the second factor, first factor does not contains the dp by dx, that means it gives the singular solution. So we are going to neglecting this factor, and we will focus on only the remaining factor. So p plus 2x into dp by dx equal to 0. So let us say this is the same. Now it is very easy because we have the variable separable method, and that we can apply. So using the variable separable method, and then after integrating we will have this one, p square x is equal c, and say this is equation number 2. Now I want to remove p from equation number 2 and equation number 1. So this is our equation number 1, and this is equation number 2. So what we have to do, we have to remove that the p from the equation number 1 and 2. So this is equation number 1. So what I'm just going to do, so 1 y, and this is the on the right hand side, so just take on the left hand side, so plus xp square is equal to px. I just want to replace p square x is equal c. So here p square x, that can be written as that is a c, but what about the right hand side? So it is not uh, directly we can write. So what we are going to do here, we are taking the square on the both the side. So we will have, this is the 4 times p square x square, and this is the y plus x p square raised to power 2. Now you can replace x p square is equal, that is c, according to equation number 2. So y plus c square is equal, this can be written as what, 4 p square x into x, but that we have p square x, and that is what, c. So we have written over here. So final we will have y plus c raised to power 2 is equal 4cx, where c is nothing but arbitrary constant, and that will be the final general solution. So let us move on to the next question. So here I want to solvable for y. So what I can say is y is equal x minus a into p minus p square, that is a given. So I keep it as it is. Now I have to say this is the equation number 1. Now differentiating with respect to x, so what I will have, this is the dy by dx is equal, I am just applying here the product rule. So we will have dp by dx, and p is there, and derivative of x minus a with respect to x is nothing but 1, and this is the 2p into dp by dx. But here you can observe that on the left hand side dy by dx is nothing but p. So let me write this step again. So p is equal, this is the x minus a, I'm just taking the dp by dx together. So what I will have, so in that case I can write, this is the minus 2p, and this is the dp by dx, and p is there. So what I can say, so here you can see that the pp will be the eliminate. So what you will have, x minus a minus 2p into dp by dx is equal 0. But already we have discussed that whenever we have that the factors, if the factors does not contains the dp by dx, then we are going to eliminate that factor because it gives the singular solution. So here first factor does not contain dp by dx, so we neglect it. So we have dp by dx is equal 0. So what we can say, dp is equal 0 into dx. So what we will have, dp is equal 0. So from this we can say p is equal c after integrating. But now this is the equation number 2. Now eliminating p from equation number 1, so we replace p is equal c. So whatever it is, so y is equal x minus a into c minus c square, and this is the general solution. Next, this is the important question. Solve y is equal x plus a into tan inverse p, where p is equal dy by dx. So here we are applying that solvable for y. That means y in terms of what exactly x and p. Now what we are going to do? We are going to do here differentiating with respect to x. So dy by dx, that is the p, derivative of x, that is 1, plus a times 1 divided by 1 plus p square into dp by dx. Now just take this is on the left hand side, and so in that case what we can write that, so this is on the right hand side and just take 1 on the left hand side, so we will have this one. Now apply that the variable separable method, so we will have this one, but again we have to integrate. So in that case we have to apply that the partial fraction method that you can apply, and you will get this one. Now it's time to integrate on the both the sides. So integration dx is equal a by 2 integration 1 divided by p minus 1 dp minus integration p plus 1 divided by p square plus 1 into dp. Now what we have to do, I have to integrate this one, so let us first focus on this part. So in that case I'm just applying this one formula. So derivative of the denominator is nothing but f dash x contains the numerator, so what we can write that ln of mode of denominator plus integrating constant same. So I am applying that the same concept here. So here the derivative of the p square plus 1 is nothing but 2p, but it is not that, so I'm just taking the first separate integration, and then after I multiply by 2 and divide by 2. So now we can have that integration separately. So 1 by 2 ln p square plus 1, and this is we can write the tan inverse p. Whenever it is required, we will use that ln of square root of p square plus 1, and this is the tan inverse p is there. Now by 1, because what we want to do, we want to eliminate, sorry, before that, this is equation number 2. If I say this is equation number A, so therefore by A, now I'm just taking this integration over here. So what I will get, left hand side, this is the x is equal a by 2, and integration of this one, that is the ln p minus 1 minus 1 by 2, whatever it is. So just write it minus 1 by 2, I have written over here like the square root, and this is what, minus plus minus and tan inverse p plus c. But again we know that ln a minus ln b can be written as ln a divided by b, and therefore we have this one. Now thing is that whenever we focus on equation number 2 and equation number 1, is it easy to eliminate the p? So answer is no. So we cannot eliminate the p, that we can see that. So in that case what we have to do, already we have discussed in the note that whenever the equation number 1, that means given equation, and whatever you have obtained after the integrating, so if this difference, if these two equations are not able to solve for eliminating p, so in that case we will keep in same. But before that, what we must have, we must have that the x in terms of f of p and c, and y also in terms of, I say, g of p and c. If this is going to be happen, then and then it will be the parametric solution, and therefore it will be the final solution. So here you can see that the x is equal, that is okay, there is no problem. So it is going to be satisfied in terms of p and c is there. But what about that the equation number 1, that is the y is equal, so x and p, but here y should be in terms of p and c. So what I'm just going to consider, just x is replaced by this quantity as equation number 2. So let us put here in equation number 1, so we will have this one, and this is what exactly final our general solution, because we have x in terms of f of px, p and c, and y is also in terms of g of p and c, and therefore these are the parametric equation, and that will be the what exactly general solution. Thank you.